Alright guys, today we have more PlayStation news to go over and discuss. Before we dive into today's topics, do me a big favor, hit the like button to help the video out and show it your support. And if you are new here to the channel, make sure you hit that subscribe button as well. The first piece of news we're covering has to do with PlayStation Now, as the November lineup of PlayStation Now titles has been revealed by Sony. They include Mafia Definitive Edition, Celeste, Final Fantasy IX, and Totally Reliable Delivery Service. Now, all of these titles will be playable starting on November 2nd, but when it comes to Mafia Definitive Edition, you will be able to play it within PlayStation Now until Monday, February 28th. So there is a time period, but plenty of time if you do want to play this game through PlayStation Now. So let me know down in the comments below what you think of this lineup, and let me know if you even use PlayStation Now. The next topic we're discussing has to do with Gran Turismo 7, specifically a beta for Gran Turismo 7. This is something that I've seen making the rounds. I've seen quite a few people talking about it. Some people are now thinking that maybe we're going to be getting a beta to play for GT7, but I'm not so sure. This is coming from PlayStation Game Size, or at PlayStation Size on Twitter. They're pretty reliable and they gather all of this information from an API level. So it says Chess Gran Turismo 7 beta, but then follows that up by saying it's a developer internal beta, not available for public. Now, it's understandable that some people would look at this and assume that this means we could be getting a beta, and that's obviously a possibility, but we don't know this for sure. What we do know is that apparently there is an internal developer beta that's happening, and I would assume that if we are to get a beta for this, it will have to be in the coming months. I mean, the game's going to be coming out in March, so yeah, you guys can let me know if you think that we're going to be getting a beta for Gran Turismo 7. Next up, we're talking about the upcoming PS5 console exclusive Forspoken. This is reading from PlayStation Lifestyle. Square Enix's upcoming PlayStation 5 and PC game Forspoken is so ambitious that it's being written by an entire team of impressive names from across film, television, video games, and fantasy literature, some of whom haven't been revealed yet. That's according to writer Gary Whitta, who told Games Radar in a recent interview that the team is working hard to bring a detailed fantasy magical world to life. So far, we've been told that Whitta is joined by former Uncharted writer Amy Henning, Shadowhunters Allison Reimer, and Devil Inside's Todd Stashwick. Quote, "It quickly became clear to me that an undertaking of this scale, the construction of an entirely new universe with deep mythology and an epic storyline all to its full potential, required more imagination than I could provide on my own," Whitta said. "It's common practice in the worlds of film and television to assemble a group of talented writers to collaboratively explore and flesh out all the creative possibilities, so I suggested we do just that. We wound up bringing together an incredibly diverse and talented group of writers from across the fields of film, television, video games, and fantasy literature to really dive deep into this world and build it out in far greater detail. There were some really impressive names in that room that haven't been announced yet, but I suspect you'll be hearing more about that as we get closer to release." And for those who are unaware, Forspoken is expected to release in spring of 2022. Hopefully it is able to hit that date, because this is a game that many of you are looking forward to. A lot of PlayStation 5 owners are excited about this, and I think that this is a pretty exciting, piece of information to be getting from Gary Whitta. Apparently the writing team here is very serious about creating an engaging, interesting, fantasy magical world. And when it comes to the story side of things, it's not grabbing me too much yet, but I'm certainly interested in this game. I'm definitely excited for it. I think the combat looks really fun, and if there's a great story here as well, that really will add to it. And when it comes to pretty much any game that is exclusive to the PlayStation 5 or the PlayStation consoles, and it's a story-driven game, obviously that's something that is immediately going to appeal to a large portion of the PlayStation fan base, and so it seems like they're taking that aspect of this game very seriously. So let me know if you're looking forward to Forspoken, and let me know what you think about these comments coming from Gary Whitta. Moving on to the next topic, we're focusing on another third-party AAA title. This time we're talking about Pragmata. Now, I am not entirely sure if Pragmata is a PlayStation exclusive of any sort. It seems that it's not, but I could be wrong about that. I know it was announced alongside the PlayStation 5 during the Future of Gaming Showcase last year. So if it's exclusive, let me know down in the comments below, but I'm fairly certain it's a multi-platform title. But nonetheless, it's a game that I know a lot of you are excited about and looking forward to. Now, we do have a little bit of an update on this game, and I think that this is an important update because it is Capcom acknowledging the game, letting everybody know that it's still being worked on, because we have seen, you know, cases of titles like Deep Down where they're announced and then they just go away and are never heard of again and end up being vaporware. And so this is what they said in their recent earnings report. Based on our medium-term goals as the head of development, I'm striving to fulfill my revenue responsibilities by allocating 80% of the development investment budget to steadily developing popular IP series such as Resident Evil and Monster Hunter for various platforms. At the same time, we're also working on creating new IPs, utilizing the talent pool we've expanded through our proactive hiring efforts. Most recently, we announced the action-adventure title Pragmata for the new generation of consoles, and we are making steady progress on its development. Newly hired young employees are given the chance to acquire know-how and skills through hands-on experience in the field as they are assigned to the development of popular IPs and major titles. Pragmata is just one such endeavor for our young employees. I feel that incorporating the youthful sensibilities of digital natives adds a new appeal to IP. So that's what is being said about Pragmata. Again, it's not revealing any gameplay details or anything, but making it known that they're still making steady progress on the game, and they're specifically highlighting that there is a younger development team working on this game. So hopefully we'll see more of it throughout 2022. But you can let me know what you think about what's being said here about Pragmata. Next in line, we're talking once again about Amy Henning, because there's some new information about her next game. Now, it's been quite some time since Amy Henning was able to ship a game. Unfortunately, she seems to be consistently involved in these very promising sounding projects that end up getting canceled for one reason or another. But it was announced that she's working on a AAA action-adventure Marvel game with a pretty significant amount of excitement surrounding it since its announcement. So Skydance New Media, the division of Skydance Media led by Amy Henning, has announced a partnership with Marvel Entertainment to create a new AAA title. Details about the game were thin on the ground, but we do know it will be a narrative-driven blockbuster action-adventure game set in the Marvel Universe. This upcoming game will feature a completely original story and take on the Marvel Universe, but this is all Skydance was prepared to reveal, and this is the statement that Amy Henning put out when it comes to the announcement of this game. She says, "I can't imagine a better partner than Marvel for our first game. The Marvel Universe epitomizes all the action, mystery, and thrills of the pulp adventure genre that I adore and lends itself perfectly to an interactive experience. It's an honor to be able to tell an original story with all the humanity, complexity, and humor that makes Marvel characters so enduring, and to enable our players to embody these heroes that they love." So that's pretty much all the information we have, but this is still a pretty exciting announcement. I know that some people are like, okay, we're getting a little bit tired now of all of the Marvel games, but it is what it is. For me, Amy Henning is always somebody you want to pay attention to when she's attached to any projects. And I'm hoping that this time around, whatever they're working on, whatever this Marvel game is, actually does end up making it across the finish line and not getting canceled for one reason or another halfway through. I feel like Amy Henning is a talented individual that Sony, I think, should have tried to hold on to, but either way, she's being given another opportunity here. And so I know that many of you are fans of the original Uncharted games. By original, I mean like the first three, because she is the creator of Uncharted, or one of the creators, and she's had a huge influence on the series, obviously, that pretty much, you know, has defined PlayStation throughout the PS3 and PS4 generation. So I'm assuming many of you will be interested to see what this game is that she's working on, and, you know, which Marvel character it ends up being about. So yeah, leave your thoughts about that down in the comments below. The next topic we're talking about is in regards to Bugsnax, and I know a lot of you are big fans of Bugsnax, and so we know that the Isle of Bugsnax DLC was recently announced, but apparently they also wanted to make it known that it will include trophies. I think that this is something fans were surprised to hear, that, hey, it wasn't going to, but now they're saying, hey, we're going to add it. So reading from PlayStation Universe, Young Horses, the studio behind Bugsnax, has revealed that the game's upcoming DLC, Isle of Bugsnax, will receive extra trophies on PS4 and PS5, and it's all thanks to community feedback. The original plan was not to include any trophies in Isle of Bugsnax. However, thanks to the feedback on social media, the studio decided to implement them after all. And I thought that this was something that was worth mentioning because there were quite a few people who were very excited to actually see Bugsnax show up at the latest State of Play, even though in general feelings about the State of Play were not so great. People were happy to see it, and you know, I think that it really does add more to it anytime you get a DLC and it adds some trophies. So there you go for anybody who's interested. The final topic we're talking about briefly involves Call of Duty Vanguard, because apparently the exclusivity that is involved with PlayStation has been revealed, and it seems like it is pretty much non-existent. By that I mean whatever they're doing here, it's really not going to make a difference to most people. So again, reading from PlayStation Universe, Sony Interactive Entertainment has revealed on the PlayStation blog that Call of Duty Vanguard players on PS4 and PS5 will receive exclusive content, including monthly double XP events. Some of the bonuses will be exclusive to PlayStation Plus users, such as a free in-game bundle to celebrate Call of Duty Vanguard and Warzone Season 1. This features a new operator skin, weapon blueprint, and more each season. In addition, PlayStation gamers who team up in parties will receive a 25% weapon bonus XP, as well as 2 additional loadout slots for multiplayer. And so I'll actually put up on screen the full recap of everything that will be available there. But I thought that this was worth mentioning because it seems that the deal between, or the partnership, whatever you want to call it, that Sony has with Activision is pretty much whittling down to almost nothing at this point. It started with obviously DLC packs, and then we saw it come down to a single mode. I believe last year with Black Ops Cold War it was the Onslaught Zombies mode. This time around, it's just like XP bonuses and like an operator or something like that. So really nothing of significance, or at least something that's not that significant, right? Like this isn't anywhere near as significant as an entire mode. And I think people are generally happy about this. You know, while it is nice if you're a PlayStation player to get these bonuses, in general, I think everybody has kind of come to, you know, consensus that this doesn't really need to be a thing. So there you go. You can let me know if you're planning on playing Vanguard or not, or just let me know your thoughts on their deal kind of coming down to just like XP bonuses. But that does it for this video, guys. I hope you did enjoy it. I hope you did find it informative. Again, leave it a like if you did. Subscribe to the channel if you're new. Hit the bell notification icon, and feel free to share this video out on top of all that. But until next time, guys, take care.